Hello everyone, I'm Eric Morris. Another vlog thing. Woo! I finished Forza Horizon 2. The finale went up today, and realized that I don't really have other series planned. I mentioned in the video that I was going to do a vlog basically asking what you guys want me to play, because there's plenty of games that I would love to play, but I don't really know if any of them, like if there are any that you guys specifically would want to watch me play. And I figured it would be a good idea to do a vlog to figure out the series that replaces Forza Horizon 2. I figure I'll do Strawpoll, which will be in the thing below, description. That's the word. Be in the description, and just see how many, just to get an idea. Like, obviously if I get a lot of votes for one game, then great, I'll do that. If they're all across the board, or I only get one or two votes period, then I'll just choose one that I think is better. But while I was planning to do this vlog and coming up with games, I realized Burnout and Sonic Adventure DX, they're both coming to an end like really soon. So I figured, instead of just picking one series and then doing separate vlogs for those two to figure out what series to replace those with, I figured I'd do them all in one video. So there's actually going to be 3 separate straw polls in the description for you to figure out, to choose which games you want me to play. The reason there's 3 separate ones is because I basically wanted to do 3 kind of categories, I guess you could say. Because, I want to do a racing game, which I didn't want to start another racing game until after Forza was done and after Burnout was done, so that I only have one. I don't really overload the channel with the racing games, but I still want to do a racing game, so there's that. Quest 100%, since Burnout and Sonic are both going to be done, I kind of want another Quest 100% game to fill that gap. And then just another series sort of like Forza, where it's just, just play through the game. It's not Quest 100%, it's not, any specific kind of series. It's just, hey, I have this game, I'm going to play it. Although some of them, looking at the list that I came up with, some of them are kind of like different, but good different. It's hard to explain. Obviously you'll find out once I actually get into it. Like I said, there's going to be 3 straw polls in the description, so let's jump right into it. After, 3 minutes of me talking randomly, finally jumping right into it. Okay, so for the series that's going to replace Forza, like the just normal series, the just, whatever I could think of, I got 7 games. And I actually had to narrow it down to 7 games because I had like 12 on here, and then I took out some of the ones that I knew no one was going to vote for, and I just put on, kind of on the off chance that someone voted for them. But let's get started. Yeah, Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil, but not the original like PlayStation 1 version, the newest iteration of it, which I don't know, because I know that it came out for GameCube a while ago. I don't know if it's any different than that one, but I got it on Xbox One. I've been playing Resident Evil 0, but I really want to play Resident Evil 1 again. Actually, again, I don't even think I played it once. So I just really want to play that. And like with most of these games on this list, they're games that I wanted to play. I figured, why not kill 2 birds with one stone and actually, play it and record it. But, Resident Evil is one of my favorite series sometimes. It's one of the series that I always call one of my favorite series, but especially the older games, especially the original 3 Resident Evil games, I really love. I played through Resident Evil 2 and 3 I don't know how many times. So I mean, I'm going to play that in my spare time anyway. It's just, if you guys want to see it, I'll record it. Next up is Spy Chameleon. This is kind of a weird game. I'm not entirely sure how it would work as a series because I haven't actually played it yet. I saw the previews, I bought it, and it's been sitting on my Xbox just waiting to be played because I thought, this might be a good series. So I kind of wanted to wait until after Forza was done and, then do a video on it and then kind of decide whether it's going to be a series. Basically what it is, it's a stealth game. Like one of those kind of top down, not really top down, but kind of like weird. I can't explain it. I can't explain things. Period. But it's a stealth game where basically you're a chameleon and you basically hide from people by changing colors. You push buttons on the controller to change different colors, and there's floor tiles that are those colors. So when you're changed to yellow, you can stand on yellow tiles. When you change to red, you can stand on red tile. Things like that. It may also be a QT100. It might be a Quest 100% instead of just a regular series because, like I said, I don't really know much about it. I don't know if there's collection and how much, whether it would really work as a Quest 100%. I don't even know if it would work as a series, but I figured I'd put it on the list because it's definitely something that I want to do a video on, and it's something that, just based on the description and the previews and stuff, it's something that I could definitely see myself doing a series on. Next up, Rocket League. This is a game, I know a bunch of YouTubers, like pretty much everyone has played this game online, but it's a game that I've been playing a lot recently, and I thought it would be cool because they have like a season mode where you create a season and you basically face AI in like a huge, basically like any actual sport, you face everyone, best records at the end of the season, you do like a playoffs thing. I thought it'd be interesting to do, especially since I'm not great at the game, do like all-star difficulty and see if I can actually make it to the playoffs. I think it would be pretty fun, especially since it's like 5-minute games, so I'd be able to do like 3 or 4 in one video. So I think that would be a pretty interesting, and it'd be kind of short because I think 36 games is the max. So if I would do 3 games per video, that would be 12 plus playoffs. If I would make the playoffs, 4, it'd be 9 plus playoffs. So I don't know. It's definitely an interesting idea. Next up, 2 games that are kind of in the same vein. They're 2 completely different games, but they're made by the same people, and they're both older games that have been on my computer. I've played a little bit, but haven't gotten through either of them. And that's Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, and Tomb Raider, like the original Tomb Raider, which I didn't realize how old it was until I started playing it recently, and it loaded up in DOSBox. So I didn't realize that game was from '96. But it's basically I've played these games on and off on PC, but they're games that they've just been kind of sitting there, and I haven't really finished them, and I don't know why, because Tomb Raider, I played Tomb Raider 2. I had that on PlayStation 1. I think I still have it on PlayStation 1, but I've played that a lot. And Legacy of Kain, I've also played a lot. I've beaten that before. Well, kind of. I beat it with Game Shark codes, but yeah, details. But both of them are games that I really would want to play. Whether or not anyone else wants to watch them, I don't know. I definitely want to play them. If not as a series, maybe on stream, since I've been, even though I've said this millions of times before, I've been planning on streaming more and having like a more of a regular, like a story based thing going on, as opposed to just, oh, here's a random game I'm just gonna play. Who cares? That's for another vlog that probably won't happen for a few months, but well, whatever. But yeah, Legacy of Kain and Tomb Raider, even though they're both older games, they're still really good games, and I think they would make pretty good series, being like, kind of story based games. And although Tomb Raider might be frustrating with all the puzzles, but I've played plenty of frustrating games before. Last two games are also, they're very similar, but one of them I've played and almost beaten. One of them I've never played before. It's Sonic Generations and Sonic Lost World. I figured since I'm finishing Sonic Adventure DX, I don't have a Sonic game going on, so I could probably do one of these. Sonic Generations, I really like Sonic Generations. I don't know what the reviews and stuff were for it. I haven't looked, but I think it's a pretty fun game, going back through all of the, all locations from past games, going through, City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2, and that's the only one that really matters because it has the music. But that one is really fun. I think it would be a good series. The reason I'm not doing it as a Quest 100% is because, well, basically the same reason I haven't done Sonic Adventure 2 Battle as a Quest 100%. Just because there's a lot of A ranks and stuff, and even though it's a little easier in Sonic Generations, it's probably not a good idea for me to try to do that. And then Sonic Lost World. I bought this on sale recently. I haven't played it yet, but I bought it on sale recently on Steam, and I can't remember. Like, the reviews weren't bad, but I can't remember whether that's one of the games that I've heard good or bad things about. So, I mean, it's definitely looks a little different. So I kind of want to play that just to see how it is. And I don't know. I might play it as a series. Who knows? Okay, so that's it for the regular series. I rambled on way too much about some of those. Holy crap, I've been recording for way longer. I'm going to try to go through the next two sections a lot quicker. But like I said, link in the description. The first one will be this set of games. So let's move on to racing games. First up, Flat Out Ultimate Carnage. Which is basically, for any of you that played Flat Out 2, it's basically that, just like a remake with like slightly different features. It's really basically the same game, just with worse music. But it doesn't matter to you guys because you wouldn't hear the music anyway because I'd have to turn it off because copyrights. But Flat Out's one of those series. I think it's pretty fun. Like all the destruction and everything, and then the mini games too. For any of you that haven't played a Flat Out game before, there's a lot of mini games where there's like high jump and long jump and stuff where you literally just, to play the games, you just drive toward a ramp and fling your driver out of the windshield. You just fling them as far as you can or as high as you can, or fling them into, bowling pins, So, it's a really fun game. I don't know. Most of these games could probably be Quest 100% games, but I'm not sure. But that's definitely one of the games that, well, I mean, all of these are games that I've considered. So, forget what I was going to say. Second, Split Second. This is probably, if I had to choose one racing game to say is my favorite racing game ever, I would have to say Split Second. Burnout Paradise is very close second, but Split Second definitely beats it out. And I did no pun for that wasn't really a pun. Shut up, Eric. Anyway, but Split Second is it's basically the way the game plays is you gain sort of like a boost meter. It's not boost, but sort of like a meter from doing drifts and stuff like, and drafting people and stuff like that. And you use that power to activate traps in the course. So you basically gain this power, and then if there's someone way out well, not way out in front, but someone like right in front of you, you can activate like an explosion right next to them, and it could, send them into the wall and just they'll crash. And then oh god, throat. And then you could just, beat them. I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but thing with Split Second, I've beaten that game 100% already, so I know it wouldn't be a bad QT100. all of these racing games, like I think I mentioned with Fallout, flat out, all of these could be Quest 100%. Well, except for one, but we'll get to that. But Split Second, I've beaten 100% before, so I don't know if I want to do it as a series since I've already basically done everything I can in the game. I mean, I'd be fine with it because I would get to play Split Second again, but we'll see. Third, Need for Speed Most Wanted. This game is amazing. I don't know if I've ever beaten this game. I feel like I have, but I don't remember. But it's just, well, first of all, I just love street racing games in general, but adding on, because like a lot of the Need for Speed games before this, this one added, did it add cops? Wait, did Underground 2 have cops? No, it didn't. But this one, had all the cop chases. It actually, emphasized getting a bounty, being, chased by the cops and everything. It emphasized that as a good thing, which, I mean, don't think it's a good thing in real life, but I don't know why I'm assuming that everyone's going to think, oh, cops are a good thing now, but, what am I talking about? I don't know. It's like 7 o'clock at night. I'm tired. But what was I saying? Need for Speed Most Wanted. But it kind of added another dimension with all of the, cop chases and stuff like that, and also climbing the ladder through the Most Wanted list. And it just, I really like that game, if you can't tell. And also, if I do that, it might lead on to Carbon, since story-wise they're connected. So I might play Need for Speed Carbon after that. Fourth, Need for Speed Most Wanted. The 2010? 11? I don't remember when that one came out. It was after 2010, but I can't remember. I think it was 2012. But don't quote me on that. But this one, not as good as the last Most Wanted, but it's still a really good game. It's actually very, I would say a lot closer to Burnout Paradise, because I mean it was made by Criterion. It was made by the same people, but you have the billboards. I don't remember whether there's jumps, but I know there's billboards. I think there's smashes. Like, I feel like a lot of the collection that was in Burnout is also in Need for Speed Most Wanted, the newer Most Wanted. But the thing is with that, I don't know if I want to do another Burnout, even though it's, like, there's a reason why Burnout 3 and Revenge aren't on this list, just because I want to take a break from Burnout, so I don't know if I really want to do a game that's very similar to Burnout, so I don't know. Fifth, Dirt Showdown. The Dirt series is, well, it's pretty much always fun, but Dirt Showdown, it was a free game with gold like a month or two ago. I downloaded it. I played it before I had it, the free game with gold, but it's, I mean, it's dirt. I basically, anyone that's watched me do Forza Horizon, my favorite cars in there were always the rally cars, so doing a rally game should make sense. And it also, I think, lends itself well to the Quest 100% if I decide to do a Quest 100% in whatever racing game I choose. So that might be really, plus the fact that it's all like rally cars, it might, add, it might be unique enough where actually, I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm just going to move on to the next one. Sixth game on this list. Holy crap, I picked way too many racing games. Juiced. Yeah, we're starting to get into the ones that I just happened to look and see that they're on my shelf and was like, why not? But Juiced is actually a really fun game. It was on PlayStation 2. Basically, instead of being like a straight racing game, you kind of run a racing crew. Like, you can recruit people to race for you. You hold these races. You hold races, and basically the entire game is about getting respect from the other crews, it's kind of a weird thing. Only thing is, I don't know how well it'll work as a series, because it's one of those things I don't really think it has an end. I mean, obviously, once you get as much respect as you need from all the crews, that's kind of the end, but I don't think it has a true end. And also, it's one of those where a lot of the time you're just doing races over and over and over again, like the same or similar races, just to get respect from the crews, at least early on. Later on it changes up, but it can get very repetitive, so I don't really know how well it'll work as a series, but I figured I'd put it on here, just in case. Last game on this list, another one that I looked and saw on my shelf and completely forgot that I even owned. LA Rush, another PlayStation 2 game. I don't really remember much about the game. I chose the game. I remember I like it. I remember West Coast Customs is in it, but other than that, I don't really remember. I know it's a street racing game in LA. Why don't I remember much about that game? Well, if you want to know more about that game, go look it up, because I completely forget everything about it. Okay, moving on to the last thing, since holy hell, I rambled way too much on that one too. So I'm gonna try to get through this one quick. I won't. Quest to 100%. First up, Spyro the Dragon, which would probably end up being Spyro 2, Spyro 3, and maybe Spyro Enter the Dragonfly on PlayStation 2. These games other than Enter the Dragonfly, I've beaten all of them 100% already. So I know what it takes to do Quest 100% on them. And it's one of those where even though I've done them 100%, I'm really willing to replay them. I mean, I've actually beaten them 100% like 3 or 4 times already, especially the first one. Oh, my screen turned off. But yeah, like I know for these what it takes to do 100%. So I know I could go in and do like a full level every episode 100%, 100%. So it really wouldn't take like 30 episodes or what am I talking about, 30 over 40 episodes for Sonic Adventure DX. Is it over 40? I don't know. Second up, I'm putting it on this list just because I don't really know how it'll be, and that's Spy Chameleon again. Because again, I don't really know how it'll be as a series or a Quest to 100%, so I kind of want to put it here just in case people would rather see this as a Quest to 100% than any of the other games, especially since all the other games are older games, because I looked at a lot of my newer games, and a lot of them either don't really lend themselves to the Quest to 100% setup well, or they are ones that I would be willing to do 100%, but not in a video, because they'll take like freaking 70 episodes if I do it that way. Next up, Taken the Power of Juju. It's another one of those games I looked at my shelf, saw that it was there, and was like, you know what? Why not? It's one of those games that I know it has a lot of collection and stuff like that, and I know I haven't beaten it. And that's kind of what scares me, because I haven't played it in a while. I haven't beaten it, like, just beaten the game or beaten it 100%. And that always kind of scares me when I can't remember the game, like, remember a lot about the gameplay, because I don't know whether there was a reason later on in the game, because I got like decently far in the game, but I can't remember whether there was a reason later on in the game why I quit, which scares me, because that means I might start the game, get to that point, and be like, oh frick, I remember why I quit this game. Although then again, I haven't played it for God, I don't know how many years, so maybe I'll be better at it now. I won't. Fourth up is Tony Hawk. Probably, specifically Tony Hawk's Underground, which would probably be Underground 2, and American Wasteland, since they're like the best 3 games outside of the Pro Skater ones, but I don't own any of the Pro Skater ones. I do own all 3 of those, so that's why I went with those. But I mean, Tony Hawk. First of all, they're not only really good skateboarding games, they have really good stories behind them, and that's part of the reason why I chose them. I put them in Quest to 100%, although I'm not really sure how well they'll work with the Quest to 100% thing, because a lot of the story, you're just doing missions, so the story itself might not really lend to that. It's, then doing the classic mode and getting the gaps, that's where the Quest to 100% would come in, which I don't know if that really counts. Like, I don't know if that really, not that it counts, but I don't know really whether that is worth doing a Quest 100% on, but I figured I'd put them in here just in case. Last but not least, Gex 3. Reason why I'm doing 3, mostly because I don't own the first 2, and also I played the first 2, and 3 is definitely the best one. This is another game I don't think I've ever beaten, and I don't remember why. Like, the thing was with TAC and this one, I don't remember whether I just got bored of them and just, or just moved on to other games and then just stopped, or if there was a reason why I didn't beat them. But Gex I definitely got really far in, almost 100%, and then just stopped. I think that one, I don't remember anything major about it, so I'm pretty sure that one I just got bored with. But it's definitely a really fun game. It's definitely, it has the collection aspect. You collect like 100, fly coins, so it has that aspect. But it's also one of those, it's not really, I don't want to say it's not difficult, because some of the missions can be kind of difficult, but it's not overly difficult like the Sonic series games, where it's going to be requiring me to do a ton of, be precise with timing and stuff like that. It's none of that. So it's definitely a good game for a Quest to 100% aspect. Alright, so that's it for all of that. Holy hell, I talked for way too long. Like, I was hoping to be able to go through them, do maybe 30 seconds for each game, and then I just rambled for half of them. But anyway, I'm going to put the 3 Strawpolls in the description. I'm going to make them first, put them in the description, and hopefully I get enough people on one series in each category that I know what to do. Because like I said, if it's 1 or 2 votes period, I'll just probably choose one myself. And also if I do get a lot of votes but they're all over the board, where it's 2 here, 2 here, 3 here, 2 here, then I'll probably just choose whichever one I think it would be a better series. But I really wanted to hear your guys' opinion, just because you're the ones watching the video. All of these games I'd be willing to do series on. Do series, whatever. I'd be willing to do series on them. So I just wanted to hear your opinions, because I want to know what you guys would be willing to watch. So anyway, I'm going to end this vlog here. So again, in the description, 3 Strawpolls, go vote. And also, if you do have any ideas for series that aren't in here, because these are just games that I own. I just went through games that I own, and looking at on shelves, looking on whatever I have downloaded on Xbox and on Steam. So if there's any other games that you think would fit any of these categories that I didn't put in here that I don't own, let me know, because I might be able, especially if I don't get enough votes, I might be willing to go completely off of this list. So we'll see. Anyway, finally going to end this vlog here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.